So I'm here with Jessica Uelmen, who's the program manager for the mobile nano degrees here at Udacity. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here.
So the first thing I wanted to ask about was this is an edtech class, and many of our students might be looking at developing educational technology for mobile devices. So what are some of the unique opportunities that take place on mobile that we don't necessarily have on more traditional computers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think number one, your phone is always glued to you, right? When is there an opportunity when you don't have your phone on you? So that also opens the opportunity to learn at any time. So for example, if you're on the train, if you're in a ridiculously long queue, just anywhere that you have time, you can start learning. So I think then thinking of a learning experience to help students learn when they just have the time at any time instead of at home on the couch making time for it.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like mobile technology is great for developing some educational applications, but I'm guessing it's not a matter of, if you build it, they will come. There are some things we can do wrong with it. So what are some of the unique challenges or obstacles to doing good mobile technology for education?
Yeah, when I think of it, I think there's two real ones that stick in my mind. For one, there's programming challenges, right? How do you do complex programming challenges on a phone? And on most mobile devices, like the iPhone in particular, you can't compile anything. It's against Apple's terms of service. So how do you teach programming in that regard? And then also, how do you make it not so gamey, right? How do you make people feel like you're not just progressing through a level and it's like Math Blaster or something, right? How do you make it a substantial learning experience? I think one company that does that very well is Duolingo. I think that then learning a language, it's great. I can fit small chunks in at any time, learn words, come back and revisit things, and it doesn't feel gamey. It feels like I'm actually learning and making progress each time.
Yeah, and I imagine language is a particular one where being able to learn on the go is very valuable because it's something you use, every day throughout your life. Right. As opposed to programming, you're not usually actually doing programming on a train, you're programming at home, but there are other skills we learn that we would actually use in those contexts.
Absolutely.
So are there any new trends or new emerging parts of mobile technology that are emerging that will be useful in developing future educational technology?
So actually, I think one of the most exciting things is the watch. So I have an Android watch, and it's really surprised me at how useful it's been. If for nothing else, just reminders. Hey, you've got a meeting, or hey, you need to do this. So if for anything else, helping students set those learning habits to really make time for education could be a really, really great application moving forward.
Yeah, it's very true. I hadn't really thought about that, but that could be very useful for things like a guided tour of a museum or something like that. It seems like almost a silly little difference to have the device be on your wrist or in your pocket. Either way, they're always on you. But just that hands-free and always visible nature of it can really change things.
No, absolutely. And maybe there's even like bite-sized learning segments that you can get where all of a sudden, oh, your wrist vibrates. Here's a quick, question or like learning snippet that you can quickly look at, answer, and then move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And by the same token, so when we think about these mobile devices for education, I think we often think about the fact that they have a screen, they can show us information, they're web-enabled. That's pretty much it. But they have a lot of other things like cameras and GPS and microphones and other things like that. Can those also be used for education in some ways?
Yeah, absolutely, in certain ways. So one of the examples that I first think about is I'm really interested in hardware. I come from an electrical engineering background. And learning experiences for hardware becomes inherently a lot more challenging. So devices like the camera, for example, if you're building a printed circuit board or building a circuit and maybe it's not working properly and you don't know what's going wrong, it's not like you can send an email to your professor and say, here's a digital version of my printed circuit board or my circuit, what's going wrong? Maybe taking a picture or a video and then being able to easily send it provides a lot more opportunity for faster feedback and then even assessment at the end of the day.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we might have students in this class who are looking at developing their projects or their class project using a mobile device. Mm-hmm. Do you have any suggestions just as we sign off for them if they're looking to do that?
I think in a lot of ways, keep it simple. I think that comes up a lot. People get entranced by the phone as a medium and tend to want to throw a lot of features and a lot of different things into it. So really get to basics and try not to let feature creep come in so much so that it becomes this, giant app that no one can navigate. I think that's a big thing. And then also just avoid gamification. if you can. It's such an easy thing to slip into and such an easy thing to not do right. So to try to avoid that whenever possible.
And now you see why I wanted to talk to Jessica as well, because as you probably know by now, I'm not a particularly big fan of gamification either.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, my pleasure.